The collapse is happening. It's happening now. Your time to take action is also now. All right. So we're going to get really direct today and talking about why now is the time to lean into what is so-called hard. Because what you believe is hard today is going to likely feel impossible in this next timeline that we're going into. All right, so welcome to the live. Welcome everyone. On this feed, we talk about doing business and living a better quality of life here on the continent of Afrika. And I am talking to people directly today. I'm talking to you. If you've been waking up, you've been feeling anxious as to what's next. One, I want you to know you're not alone, but I also want you to know there is an opportunity waiting for you to take a hold of it. Okay. And so on this feed, I talk about diversifying your finances, your location, your investments, your lifestyle, so that you can take advantage of the life that you were gifted with today, not just accept the life that you've been given. All right. So welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the chat. Let me know where you're joining from. But I really want to jump in and skip all of the fluff because there's so many things. And this is not, I always try to preface, this isn't about fear tactics and convincing you. This is about sharing facts. I got an email today from the CEO of Fiverr, who blatantly and courageously sent his team a message letting them know that their jobs are being come for, right? So their AI is coming for your job, basically. This was the CEO of Fiverr, letting designers, editors, graphic designers, web developers, web builders, AI is coming for your job. And those who are not willing to adapt will, in fact, be left destitute. Now, this is also the best time in history we have ever experienced, because it's no longer about how much money or access you have, whether you were born into a rich family or not. If you have the agency and the willingness to commit yourself to a life of learning high value skill sets, doing the things that feel really challenging, you can essentially leap generations ahead during this global transfer of wealth that is happening. But you have to be willing to do the so-called hard things, because what is hard today essentially will end up feeling impossible in the next few years because of the way that things are happening. All right. So listen in. If you can hear me, go ahead and type 1 in the chat. Sorry, I don't want to wave to everyone. Hi, CJ, the smart guy. Thank you for joining. CJ gets it. I see your feed. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Charlene Dorsey official. Welcome, cousin. Hi, Solange. Welcome. Okay, Charlene says 1 in the chat. And I have my notes, guys, right? So this is not me placing fear. I really want to give you the tools so that you feel encouraged to do the thing that is already in your desire to do. Hi, CJ. So from the US to Europe, people are feeling it. Prices are going up. Food is costing more. We're seeing shelves become a bit more empty, right? The middle class is being stressed out. Stress. Now, we already talk about, how moving abroad can help you to arbitrage your currency by allowing you to have a stronger currency in an environment where the cost of living is less. This is a short-term solution to a long-term opportunity. But this can easily happen. And so I don't want people to assume this is a hard thing. It's not. It just takes a decision, a willingness, and essentially some financial responsibility on your part to get this done. It's not hard. I've done it. Thousands of other people have done it. It's nothing new. But when you're born in a system like America that teaches you it's the best place, it's the safest place, every other place is bad. It is all here. It's the social conditioning here that has you thinking that this is impossible. It's so hard. I need to plan 10, 20 years. No, you just have to decide that it's something that you want to do. Okay? This is a decision that is going to essentially change the trajectory of your future and your family. But it's absolutely possible. You can do it. It's not something that is out of reach. However, there are some steps you have to take. Okay? And in the last live, we talked about how this doesn't have to be a backup plan. This doesn't have to be like, okay, I'm escaping. This is about the opportunity, right? Thank you, Immortal Pan-African. This is about the opportunity that can exist, the problems that you can solve, and ultimately experience the life that you were destined to experience. Hi, Delicia. Welcome. Hi, Kamaya. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Most Dope. Mac, thank you for joining. Right? So all of this that's happening around us, this is noise, right? This is noise, but your destiny is saying, I am meant for more. I'm meant for more, and I know it. I just don't know where to start. And that's okay. This is more of an invitation now, right? You're connected to me. You're connected to other people. You're seeing the news. You already know. The breakdown is happening where you're like, this ain't really what I was told it was when I was pledging allegiance back in the day, right? So this is now an invitation to get beyond the things that you thought were the norm, right? How many of you all how many of you all are engaging in using AI technology? If you are actively using it in your business to scale, that's what I want to know. Go ahead and type I am in the chat if you are actively using artificial intelligence in your business to scale. Yes, Charlene Dorsey official says yes. Vamp Express join. Okay, so yes, if you first, okay, so Delicia says I haven't. CJ the Smart Guy says every single day. Absolutely. So essentially there are like 3 buckets of people, right? There's somebody who saw ChatGPT or AI and was like, all right, I don't really get it. I'm just going to leave that to the young kids. Then there are people that are using ChatGPT somewhat as a kind of, as a Siri, right? As a ask, what's the other Amazon one? I forgot. Where like basically using it as a Google search, where you're asking it general questions, or what is a recipe that I can make, right? Then there are the people that are prompt engineering ChatGPT and other AI tools to literally make them enormous amounts of money on autopilot, right? So those are the 3 buckets. Decide which one you're in, because we are living in a time where that is possible. The playing field is leveled, and it's not about race. It's not about class. It's about decision making, to be a person of agency that wants to solve their problems in an age where problem solving solutions are literally at your fingertips. All right. But this is also an awareness of what's happening, right? So for people that are allowing the fear to like, what is the word? Paralyze you. Push through that, because now is the time for you to take action. Whether that's on starting that business and scaling that business, whether that's on, getting out of that toxic job, that is really making it difficult for you, or getting out of that toxic relationship that is not serving you. Now is the time where people are being called to do the so-called hard thing, because sooner than later, this so-called hard thing is going to be a lot harder than you could have ever imagined. All right. And so the collapse, right? I feel like the economic collapse is just a sign of all old structures falling by the wayside. And because so many of us are entangled up in these systems, we're going to feel it. But the more we remove ourselves from said systems, from said dependencies of jobs and governments and structures of everything that we were told to follow, we will slowly loosen ourselves from these systems to empower ourselves and our generations into real life legacy building. Real life legacy building. And as you know, surprise, surprise, for me, the legacy building on the continent of Afrika is unlike any experience or opportunity that exists in any Western country, because it's not just about the financial wealth that one can experience here. It is the spiritual wealth. It is the restoration of your mental health, of your emotional health, of your spiritual connection, versus living in an environment and in a society that is lifeless, that is unlivable. All right, y'all with me? Y'all are with me? Now it's not the time to play it safe. It's not the time to do line dances and sit in our homes fanning ourselves, waiting for this time to pass. Because yes, this time shall pass. But where do you want to be in relation to it? Do you want to sit still? Or do you want to be on the other side of the transformation that awaits? Because right now, sitting still is going to cost you millions of dollars, decades of time, and essentially a life that the life that you desire, you will miss out on it, waiting for someone or something to come in and save you and tell you it's going to be okay. All right. On the continent, we're not seeing the same things that are happening in the US. We're seeing the expansion of the middle class. We're seeing the expansion of infrastructure. We're seeing the expansion of education. We're seeing the expansion of entrepreneurial wealth. I don't know how many of you all watched The Diary of a CEO. Definitely check out the last episode on AI agents, a roundtable. They said it so clearly. The countries that are going to develop the fastest in this time are developing countries. They're developing countries because the developing countries have talent that are so close to problems that they're going to be rapidly solving these problems using technology instead of using it for face filters and to portray lives online that don't really exist. Immortal Pan-African says we must save ourselves. We must, because no one is coming to save us, right? So the ability to be in a developing nation with ripe opportunities, innovative thinking, disruptive thinking is what is not only going to save this generation, but the generations to come. When we erase ourselves from the challenges, and what I'm seeing is happening in the US, trying to erase social inequity, racial inequality, women's rights, like these things are a sign, a clear sign of a declining space and a declining economy, but also a declining society that is not sustainable. So with all of that anxiety that is breeding in the space, the fear of the unknown, right now could not be a better time for you to pick up your stuff, get your coins, and say, I am going to do this somewhere else that feels a lot better for myself and my family. So will you? Will you? Everything you have, everything you need, you already have. And so now turn that side hustle into a full-on 6-7 figure business. You can do it now with the support of AI. Turn that thing that you do for free and for fun and do it for free and for fun with some people, but do it with people that are willing to pay you for the transformation you've helped other people achieve, right? So the JKL, let us know where you left to and where you are and how are you feeling. So I want to invite you, if you started your business already, if you already know this, a strong skill that you have, you want to be monetizing this. You want to be monetizing this in a way that you can have a location independent business, working from anywhere, earning from everywhere, right? Having clients all over the world, selling your high level skill set, and doing so in a way that brings your clients to you. People that want to pay you will come to you because you are such a clear expert at that thing. Are you a mom? Have you successfully raised children? Have you successfully been in a loving relationship? Have you successfully kept friends for 10, 20 years? Have you successfully written a book? Have you successfully started a business? Have you successfully moved abroad? Have you successfully built a practice, a medical practice, a therapy practice, right? Have you successfully built a business, built anything? You can take that high level skill set and turn it into a 6-7 figure business, right? But you have to be, one, willing to use the tools that are here for you to use. So I've been working with Air Assistant. They've actually helped me to transform my messaging so that I can help even more people at a higher level that want to pay me 5 to 6 figures for the work that I'm doing for them, right? The things that I was doing free online, right? Taking a deeper dive with selective clients that really need the help that I provide, the service that I provide. And I've seen a transformation in my business already working with them for 2 months. And so I want to invite you to a free challenge that we're having, right? It's a complimentary challenge. We're about halfway full in registrations, but it's complimentary to this audience. Go ahead and comment LinkedIn if you want to get that link sent to you. Comment here during the live. You can go ahead and comment on the replay as well to get that link sent to you so you can join us. We're going to teach you how to turn your skill set into a $50,000 potentially a month business, right? You're going to take that skill set, turn into a 10K to 50K offer, even higher, right? If you're already doing 10K a month, we're going to teach you how to, Nani, because she's the expert, right? She's really the expert, and I'm just there to support based on the experience that I've had in working with her, to a 50K offer, attracting clients that value the work that you provide to them, that you're going to be able to exchange for money, and position yourself to earn and invest on the continent of Africa, right? These are the top three things that you're going to learn, but you're going to learn a lot more because you don't need a trust fund. You need a decisive energy right now. You need a decisive attitude about what your life is going to look like in the next 10 years. And if you're feeling uneasy, Immortal Pan-African, LinkedIn is one word. So I don't know if you're going to get it, but types in LinkedIn, one word together, and it should send it to you directly. If you're also on the replay, be sure to type in LinkedIn as one word. It probably will send it to you anyway, just by default. But yes, we're going to start. We'll be kicking off on the 19th of May 19th through the 24th. For you to join, absolutely. Yes, you're right on time, Immortal Pan-African. Yeah, 10 years, I'm saying, let's run it up. Let's run it up, right? Let's accelerate that. Because yes, you're 29, and so you're already ahead of the game, but now is the time, right? 10 years from now, the opportunities might be fleeting, right? There is an acceleration happening. If you can feel it, I feel it. If you can feel the acceleration of chaos, the acceleration of like nonsense happening, the acceleration of whether, what is it? Global warming, right? The impacts, these things are accelerating. If you're spiritual, if you're religious, right? These things are also designed. So if you're spiritually tapped in, you were not meant to operate in such chaos and dysfunction, right? For my Christians, chaos, confusion is the spirit of what? So if that's the case, then come out of that, right? However that looks. And this is all about your mindset, right? So if you're sitting stagnant in your career, if you're sitting stagnant in your relationship, if you're sitting stagnant in, your city, you're not feeling moved, you're not feeling in your purpose, there is a reason why. Yes, there you go, Charlene. Absolutely. So there's a reason why. And I just want to invite you to join us. So this is half of the journey, right? Having your money correct, because we're not coming over to the continent to just survive. We're coming to thrive. We're coming to invest. We're coming to restore ourselves for sure, but you need some finances to be able to do that. And so many of us are working towards someone else's dream, building someone else's dream, while the skill sets that we have as entrepreneurs, as entrepreneurial people within organizations, is going to somewhere else. And God put that in our hearts, in our spirit, in our mind, to help and serve others like him, right? Like her, like they, however you define your creator. And so to be able to do that, you've got to have the support of a team that can teach you really how to grow and how to scale and how to do so with the support of AI technology and just decision making, right? Now is the best time ever in the history. The competition is so low. The competition is so low to be able to launch a product. I want to recommend, if you haven't watched the Diary of a CEO podcast, the last upload on the AI agents, watch that. Please, it is a critical message from people at the helm of what is happening in creative spaces. All people are being impacted. So set yourself up in a way that you can benefit from what is happening and continue to benefit by having a high level skill set, putting yourself in positions where you have to have agency, have to be challenged, have to grow, have to experience something new and different, because that is really what wealth building is about. Wealth building is about being a constant learner, being adaptable, being able to conform to change and integrate in spaces that are benefiting for not only your physical health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, your safety, and the livelihood of your legacy long term. All right, so you don't need more time. You just need a roadmap, and you've got support waiting for you, but you have to decide when you're going to take action. So I want you to go ahead, comment the word LinkedIn one word, to join us at the challenge next Monday. We're giving 5 days of fire, how to use LinkedIn as your personal ATM. If you're a high level skill creator, or if you're a high level skilled talented individual, you've helped people transform, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. You want to be on this call. You want to be on this 5-day challenge. Comment the word LinkedIn and I will send you the link directly. I want to see you on the continent. I want to see you, better yet, in an environment that is meant for you to thrive, right? Wherever that is. It doesn't even have to be on the continent. It can be anywhere in the world. But you deserve to be earning an income from anywhere so that you can have the freedom ultimately that you desire. I found it on the continent of Africa, and so many of you are following here because you also desire that. Decide that you're ready to take action. Team up with experts that can support your growth in those spaces. and do it and keep doing it. That's my only advice for you. All right. So I want you to go ahead, comment the word LinkedIn. I hope this was helpful. I love coming and sharing such things, and not really to, not to discourage, not to scare, but really to encourage you to take action. Don't waste time. It's the best time in our history to grow financial independence. This has never existed before our time. Don't miss out on this window of opportunity. All right. So until the next video, I will see you soon.